Welcome back. It's your best friends. It's Austin and
It's Sean. How's it going?
nice. Yeah, it's going good, man. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. You have a good week?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. We're,
I've been really tired this week. I'm blaming it on allergies and stuff.
yeah, I've been really tired this week too.
Yeah, I think it's just like not maybe can't breathe as well at night because of the pollen. I don't know,
It's
but
possible. It's getting warmer outside too.
it is getting
It's
warmer
another one.
outside. So yeah, maybe I'm just more tired. I don't know, more exhausted.
Yeah, I feel that. Pretty much same here. We're back in the virtual space. Our
The
ears are gone.
metaverse, if you will. I don't
Yeah.
have ears anymore.
Yeah. Ears are gone, ear piercings are gone, and we're
Yeah,
back in the metaverse, I guess.
exactly. I trimmed up my beard a little bit, so now you can see my teeth. I do
Oh,
have
you
teeth.
did. Oh wow. Okay. I'm surprised you did that.
I'm
Surprised you
surprised I
didn't
did that
wait
too.
for a little while longer till the
The
summer.
longer the hair, the cleaner the beats. If you know, you know. All right. Anyway,
Only a
how was
number
your
of
week?
people understand that.
Yes.
It was good. I mean, the usual classes and also the same thing. I've been pretty tired. So
March is quite the month. Always, it seems. It's always a
yeah,
doozy.
yeah, and it's kicking off into like I just got done with midterms and we're just now we're in the home stretch. I'm almost done. I'm almost done with school, thankfully.
Dude, yeah, you're there.
Mm-hmm.
You're right there.
Pretty much.
Keep
Oh,
on
I
trucking.
I don't know if you wanted to start with this, but did you want to start with the thoughts for the week? Because that's kind of a good segue into my thought of the week, like what I've been
Let's hear
thinking
your
about
thought
this
of the
week.
week. Yeah.
So we've talked a lot about our opinions of school and how we feel about school. But the biggest scam associated with school that I've been thinking about this week is textbooks, bro.
Oh
Textbooks.
man,
I looked
they're
over
bad.
like this morning and saw this textbook that's sitting on my desk or on my dresser. And I was just like, man, textbooks. It's like originally it was a good idea. Like just the ability to have just this resource that you can always reference and have the ability to look at like practice questions that aren't covered in class and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The idea is there, but it kind of evolved into a way for the teacher to sell their own writing and not actually do much of the teaching in the classroom. That's the first thing that is frustrating to me. The second thing that's frustrating to me in this like virtual, like everything being online, a lot of my classes are requiring that I purchase like an online textbook that is a database of questions that's required for homework. Like that's how like my homework is graded. And it is so frustrating because it's like I have a lot of classes that are like, the textbooks, it's not necessary or it's relatively cheap or you can rent it. These online textbooks, I mean, there's no rent option. You have to pay like the price of a full, like purchasing a full textbook, which only lasts you a semester. And it's basically only so you can do the homework. You don't even like reference the textbook.
Oh man.
It's very frustrating. I don't know if you experienced that. I don't know if that's like,
No, I have not experienced that. That is not a thing that I've run into in any form or fashion. But I am doing some courses right now. They're like continued education, and I've read the same, not textbook, but article for three different classes and had to write papers on that article for three classes now, 3 semesters in a row. It's like, what is this? What? Why are we doing what we're doing? It just seems like such a ridiculous money grab. I don't get it.
yeah,
But I'm gonna stop before I get in trouble. Um, yeah,
that's fair. But yeah,
it's
that's what
crazy.
I've been thinking about this week. It's just like, I don't know. It's made teachers more lazy too, is something else. Because like, instructors, professors, teachers, they all in the past have had to like come up with homework or come up with some kind of assignment that they have to give their students. But now it's like you purchased a textbook and that's the database of questions. You just follow along in the chapters of the textbook that we're learning in class, and that's your homework for the week.
Mm.
And
Actually, when I was a student, I did not hate like practice books.
I
Like
liked
I actually liked practice
I
books.
liked
Like
having a reference of things.
Yeah, just like if I'm super confused, I can just have like I don't want to say catalog, but a big area where I can find a bunch more practice problems that are of the same ilk.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just did not particularly care for basically the fact that we're purchasing homework.
Yeah,
that's what it
unfortunate.
is, right? There were many classes I didn't even use like the textbook portion of the textbook, and it was like just a database of problems that were graded. So
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
yeah. So
Well,
that's what I've been thinking about this week.
I can tell you're frustrated about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I've been thinking about this week is within an organization, why it's so important for people to have different roles and how some people's roles are more like short term. Some people's roles are based around the midterm, and some people's roles are based around the long term. And the person that's based around the long term shouldn't have to worry all that much about the very near term. And they shouldn't intermingle. Like everyone should chat, of course, but like one person shouldn't be worrying about the near, the mid, and the long in any organization or business. And I think it's so interesting.
You're
And I feel
talking
like you
about
could,
like big picture versus like smaller, just like day-to-day stuff.
yeah, like day to day, it should be a different person and probably even different type of person who's going to excel and do really, really well at managing or handling the day to day, as opposed to someone who's like really good at managing the long term vision of something versus someone who's good at managing like the next 3 months or the next 6 months or then even the next year. Probably three different personality types.
Yeah.
And like three different people's brains and how they work.
It's a good point. Yeah. I feel like that even like goes beyond just like large companies, and that could just be like groups, just like a group of 4 or 5 people. I mean, me and you are involved in Cloud Music Suite, which we've mentioned on this podcast before, and it's just like we have 5 very unique people that are very good at very unique things.
Very
and
unique.
Yeah, even for a small group like that, those aspects of a person and those like people being good at like looking at the big picture and long term versus day-to-day stuff, like
Yeah,
it's valuable in all sizes of a group.
I agree. Also, you just made me think that it's also seems at least really important for, well, I don't know. I'll just say the groups of people I've enjoyed the most and have achieved the most are always the most eclectic. Like they pull from many, many different areas of life, and they have so many different like experiences and unique things that they can bring to the table. And it's not just like the same type of person doing the same type of thing who has the same type of past.
It's a good point.
It's always like super eclectic. That's what, at least I've enjoyed, more eclectic groups as opposed to, I don't know, whatever the word is that's not eclectic, bland, I guess.
Yeah,
Not sure.
it's a good point. Nice.
Yeah. So there's what we've been thinking about this week. I like that. I like it.
That's right. Some good stuff.
Yeah. I got an article.
Let's go.
So you want to tell everyone how the articles work?
I'll give the summary.
Oh, I
yeah.
gotta
So
share my screen. I almost went boomer mode.
Oh.
Uh-oh, there's an issue. Only the host can share in this meeting.
Oh, wait, I think I can fix that. But
okay, I'll explain while you do that.
Yeah.
All right. So we do blind article reactions. So on, is it odds? I do the article, and evens you do the article. And the other person has not seen the article that we're about to show. So it's a blind reaction, and we'll do this with videos at some point.
Yes,
down
that's
the,
right.
down the line. I showed Sean one off camera just like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, if I'm looking like pink or my eyes are like red, first of all, allergies probably. Second off, I was like crying laughing about some stuff before we started recording. So
can't wait to start doing like video reactions. Or we get to show people the spiciest videos we have.
You should be able to share now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right.
Screen. Start
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna pull it right here. Well, would you look at that? Today's sponsor, cloudmusicsuite.com. Sponsored, as we said last time, since 1908. All right.
1908. Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Okay. Are you ready?
All
You see
right.
this?
Yeah.
Had to go with Florida Man. We'll also do a website review, by the way.
Man, that's so good. Yeah, that's another aspect of this is we
Yes.
always review the website. All right, well, you want to read it for our
Yeah, Florida
listeners?
man wrestles, then tosses alligator onto bar's roof because he was, quote, teaching it a lesson, unquote. And then the
Wow.
subtitle is a man who goes by Bubba. Perfect name, by the way.
This is, yeah, that's amazing.
Stole the gator from a mini golf course before tussling with it.
What? So this
And then there's
gator
a
was
picture of us. I don't know. I'm very
in a mini golf
confused about
course.
the. I hadn't read the subtitle there. That's interesting.
Interesting.
Okay. The last time we reported on Florida's literal reptilian predators, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's see. They were happily hanging around their state. Let's see what we got here. One of these poor creatures had been wrestled and then launched onto the roof of a bar by a Florida man in an attempt to, quote, teach it a lesson.
Man,
He was
okay.
arrested on Thursday in Daytona Beach, or Daytona Beach, excuse me, for taking it upon himself to roughly educate the alligator, he says. A police report says Bubba was seen carrying the alligator after he had engaged in a, quote, brief wrestling match that included slamming it on the ground by its tail and trying to throw it on the roof of business.
No
After he
way.
was arrested with 5 offenses, including felonies of animal cruelty. I can see that.
All right,
And
that's fair.
burglary, because he stole the alligator. Yeah, he then told the police he was teaching it a lesson.
Why did this mini golf course have a
You know what?
alligator?
I don't know. That's a really, really good question.
Yeah, stealing
Okay,
an
here we
alligator
go.
from a mini golf course.
It says,
Oh,
as a
no.
closing note, we swear to God, if there's even the slimmest possibility that this gator was celebrity Chicago Chance the Snapper, this will not be the last time you hear this story. What?
Chance the Snapper. Oh,
I don't
man.
know Chance the Snapper, but that's pretty funny.
Well,
It's a
I mean,
reference to
I think
Chance the Rapper.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, here's a top comment. Why did the mini golf course own
Thank
a
you.
gator?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's the weird thing, right? Like, I was thinking, all right, when you brought this article up, I was thinking that this gator was like in the mini golf course and like started attacking people or
Yeah,
something.
me
And this
too, me
man was
too.
like the hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He was the
that's what I
hero of
thought
the
too.
situation.
But I
But
guess he was just mad. Like it must have just made a bad noise at him or looked at him wrong.
I guess so, man. I
Yeah.
didn't know that mini golf courses in Florida typically owned gators.
I mean, it sounds like a
This was,
Florida thing to do.
yeah, that's fair. Also, this man's name is William, quote, Bubba Hodge. So Bubba is like a nickname or something. Like, does he just go by Bubba?
He's probably a huge dude. He's probably massive. He goes by Bubba.
I can see
Time
it.
for the website rating, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty good. It wants you to subscribe to their newsletter. I can see the comments. I didn't have to like wait through an ad to see the comments. There's
Yep,
no
that's very
scrolling
nice.
videos. There's like right hand side ads.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good. The text is kind of small and like jumbled together. But let's give it a. Does this look better than the NPR article you had?
I think it looks better than the NPR article, but it looks worse than the article I had last week. Wait, the article I had last week was NPR.
Yes, let's call it a 5. Let's call it a 5.
I like that.
I'm taking it to 5.
5 is a good number for that.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Florida man never fails. I mean, the Florida
man never fails. Man.
The Florida man ones never fail. I don't know if you've ever done the
so
like. Right. Maybe we'll have to do this in a future podcast, but it's like the Google Florida man and then your birthday, and then it will like show you an article from your birthday.
Oh, funny.
Those ones are they're hilarious.
Those are great. We should also do personality tests for each other, not for ourselves, but for each other, and see how accurate they are. Yes. You mentioned that in the past. We should do that.
Yes, that would be a good one. We'll bring that to you guys. Speaking of
Absurd
violence,
things.
public violence. I wanted to talk about something that happened this week. This is, man, I don't know what day it was. Monday, March 28th. This was the week of the 28th, March 28th, in 2022.
That was only 3 days ago.
Yep. And
seems like it was so much longer.
Yeah, it does. This week is kind of been a long week.
Yeah.
For those of you that aren't aware, which I'm sure you are, or let me start over. For those of you that weren't aware and then suddenly were aware, the Oscars were this week.
Exactly.
Which I think is the big thing. And the reason that you were probably suddenly aware is because there was a kind of a big event that happened, or not event, but an occurrence that happened at the Oscars this week, where the host, which is the comedian Chris Rock, made a, might I say, a pretty plain, I don't know if you've seen the video, but like a pretty plain joke, taking a jab at Will Smith's wife. And Will Smith walked up on stage and smacked Chris Rock across the face.
Yeah, it seemed pretty hard. It seemed pretty serious. I was so confused. I was like, oh, it's like a joke. And then I guess it's not a joke. Yeah, so he said that she was going to be the next G.I. Jane because she has
Yes.
alopecia and she's losing her hair.
Yes. And if you see by the
Yes.
video, it's interesting because the video looks like she's upset with it, but Will Smith is like laughing at the joke originally. I don't know if that was him diffusing the tension. I don't know. I'm not trying to read into it too much, but a lot of people.
I did see that too, though. Like he definitely laughed, and then he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, she's not liking this."
Yeah. My thought process was the same thing. I thought it was a joke at first, but then my next thought was, this is a Oscars stunt because nobody's watching this thing. That was my next thought. I was like, maybe this was staged, but I don't know why Will Smith would like put his, I don't know, his image in jeopardy to make the Oscars look good, I guess, or get Oscars.
Well, he did
views.
win.
Yeah, that's a good point. And they didn't get rid of him, which was, I think, the worst thing about it is that they
Very interesting. They just
didn't
kind of
do
let it
anything.
go.
Yeah, they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, and like when he sat down, he was still yelling. Like,
Yeah,
did you see that part?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
That's what it was, right? He slapped him in the face, walked off stage, and then Chris tried to defuse the situation, and Will Smith started yelling at him from his seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I did not know the Oscars were happening this week until that happened. So that was pretty interesting. Also, might I add, the internet is undefeated, complete, like incredible, like within hours were their memes just like piling up.
Oh yeah, and like songs too with the audio from what he said. Yeah,
Wait, really? Songs?
Like whole dubstep drops, EDM like bass drops.
God, that's so
Yeah.
funny.
I'm not gonna say the word, but he said keep my wife's name out your whatever. Yeah. Mouth.
Yeah.
And then it'll like finish mouth. It's like
oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I've definitely seen some ones where it's just like I think the one I saw was Bruno Mars, that song that's like dun 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 dun. Give me a. Yeah, right there's like the slap. Dum, 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 dum.
That's a classic. Classic.
But yeah, that happened this week, which I thought was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah. Are we going to analyze it, or are we going to just mention it and move on?
I mean, I don't know. What
everyone on the whole internet's analyzing it, so
I mean,
do we need to?
I feel like there's not much to analyze. So these are my thoughts on it. Is everybody's trying to turn it into something that is beyond what it is, which is, I think, a man who could not contain his aggression and emotions in the moment and acted out of turn, and that's where it ends. I think a lot of people are trying to politicize it or make it an image thing on the Oscars, or like try to talk about it as it relates to previous things that have happened on the Oscars. You know what I mean? Like, I think the one that I've seen is like something about Kanye West, like, oh, Kanye West can say this, and get in trouble, but Will Smith can walk on stage and slap Chris Rock across the face and not get in trouble or something like that. I don't know. I think a lot of people are reading way too much into it, and what it is just a scuffle between two men, and one of the men, I don't know, just acted very emotionally in the moment and apologized for it. So
I mean, I know one thing for sure. What happened in the past at the Oscars is completely 100% irrelevant to that situation.
exactly, yeah, that's the thing, right? I don't know. People are trying to make it a like culture wars
Yeah,
talking
and I've
point.
seen it. I've seen a lot of things that are like race based too. That's
Those are the
interesting.
more interesting ones, right? Because
Yeah, I'm not even sure where that's coming from, but yeah, I agree. At the end of the day, it was just a dude who clearly couldn't handle it in that moment and couldn't handle the emotions it made him feel, or the emotions that his wife's reaction made him feel, or whatever. And yeah, definitely not advisable. Don't slap
yeah,
people in the face. Like,
yeah, I
what
don't know.
are we doing? I also don't care that it was on live TV. Like, I wouldn't say don't slap someone in the face on live TV. What?
Just be
No,
like,
just
don't slap someone
don't
in the face.
slap someone in the face. Like, period. That's it.
Yeah,
What are we talking about?
I don't know. And I mean, it's very not. It was not that hard of a joke. I don't know how you feel about the joke that was made, but like worse things have definitely been said.
I mean, for sure. I mean, I've been to comedy shows where way worse things have been said
Yeah,
than that.
100%.
So,
I don't know. Is yeah. I was thinking about how like, you know, Will Smith like turned around, which is a dangerous thing to do after you strike a man, dude. Like, what if Chris Rock
good
like
point.
acted super emotionally and came after him? Like,
Yeah,
he was not in a very defensive position to do
can be
that.
done for.
Yeah. Um,
Maybe Chris Rock turned into a jujitsu master and he was about to bust him up. You never know.
you never know. You never
Actually,
know.
hasn't he been in a bunch of movies like with Jackie Chan?
Chris Rock?
Yeah. What are
I
those
don't
movies
know.
called? Am I stupid? That wasn't even a bunch of movies.
I don't know, actually.
I'm pretty sure he
I'm
was.
like blanking out on what movies he's been in, to be honest with you. But just off the
I'm
top
just
of
I'm
my
just
head,
gonna
that
Google Chris Rock Jackie Chan real quick.
sounds good.
It's just I'm really curious now.
Interesting. I saw a funny
It's called like I can't remember, bro.
I saw
Rush Hour.
oh,
Rush
Rush
Hour, bro.
Hour. Yeah, yeah, you're
Rush Hour
right.
1, 2, 3, 4, all those Rush Hour movies. Yeah, anyway. You saw
Okay.
what? Sorry.
No, you're good. I was gonna say I saw a recreation of this scene. Uh but it was like an animation, and like Chris Rock was like his character from Madagascar. If you've ever seen that,
Oh
he's like the
yes.
zebra, and he's like standing on stage. And then Will Smith, whose character was in Shark Tale, which I think was the kids' movie he was in, he was like the fish, and he just walks up stage and slaps the zebra across the face. It's a pretty good one. I don't know, man. The memes that
That
came out of
is
this,
really funny.
I don't know. It's
Spicy memes.
spicy memes, dude.
Dude, do you remember the thing where is this gonna happen again? We couldn't see it last time.
I know.
Like I went back and watched like a few days later, and I was like, "What? I can't see the thumbs up."
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, but we didn't explain that. So
No, we did not explain that.
if you were listening to, I don't know, was that episode 6 or something?
6, yeah.
Um,
And you
we
were really confused
we
while we
started
kept laughing.
using Zoom, and for some reason it must have like some image detection thing
Yeah.
where like I think Austin put his thumb up, and then it just like showed a little thumb reaction on his video, at least for the two of us, which
Yeah, it didn't show it on the recording, which is weird. So funny.
Yeah, but yeah, and now we have experienced the in-person podcasting, which was fun.
It's much better.
Yeah, I prefer it. We talked about it last week, but like just the human energy. It's probably much more visible when you can see it when we're in the same room. But
probably.
that's okay.
Yeah, one of our friends commented and said, "Man, they've gotten so much better over the last 8 episodes."
Oh, really?
It's like getting so much better. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
They told us individually. You don't remember
Oh,
this?
yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Also, we're about to have a logo that almost rhymes with the person's name who made the logo. Shout out Logan.
That's right. Logan
Yes.
I just gave him last name, so I'm sorry.
Bro. I think I did it on the last podcast with somebody else.
Fair.
But anyway, yeah, so we'll have a logo. It'll look nice, beautiful. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I should mention, I mean, this is all like end podcast stuff, but I'll go ahead and mention it anyway. Um, we're on Spotify. So if you're currently watching us on YouTube, we do have a Spotify. And if you don't have time to sit down and watch a video and you're somebody who drives, go check us out on Spotify. The link will be in the description.
Nice.
And if you're listening to us on Spotify, we have a visual, we have some visuals that go along with the audio
video
that you're listening to.
Yeah.
So go check us out on YouTube and subscribe and all that.
Heck yeah.
Cool. I
love
had
it.
a little question.
Hypothetical.
Yeah, a little hypothetical. It's a pretty broad hypothetical from the get-go, but I kind of wanted to dissect it into a couple of little hypotheticals.
I'm excited.
The hypothetical is, what is your zombie apocalypse plan? So, I mean, you go a lot of avenues with this, but where my head was like, first thing is like, you have to assemble a team, right? Who's on your team? Like, and it could be like anybody in the world. Like, I think a good number is like, if you could hire like 3 bad killers, who would they be?
4 people plus you?
I was thinking
Or
3
people
you.
plus.
Dude, it just
Okay,
happened.
3 plus
It just did it.
Oh, it did just happen. Wait, did it thumbs up? I didn't even have my thumb up. But anyway, Zoom, you got to work on that, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway.
Image detection.
Yeah, it's tough. You need to hire my buddy Devin. Anyway, okay. So,
True.
Yeah, so 3 people plus us, plus
Yeah.
plus ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Sean, no offense, I'm not going to hire you.
Nah, that's fine.
All right.
I wouldn't either.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Do you have your 3?
I have. Do we want to go like back and forth and say like one person and why, and then the next person and why?
Yeah, let's go back and forth.
Okay.
Go back and forth.
Because it will give me an opportunity to figure out my last person, because I'm not sure who my last person is. But the first person I would get is Steve Rinella. Do you know who Steve Rinella is?
I do not.
He is the host of it's like the Meat Eater Show, and it's like a podcast. He's basically like a really, really, really good hunter. And like super popular for taking a lot of people out on like their first hunting trips and like teaching people how to hunt. I think that would be super beneficial for obvious reasons.
Be great.
And he just seems like, based on what he teaches in his show and like how many like beginners he's taken out, he just seems like he'd be a really good like teacher and mentor. And
you would learn how to bust some zombies up.
Yeah, exactly.
And kill the food that you need to eat and all that.
Right. He's knowledgeable about like, yeah, that aspect of it, like survival skills and stuff like that, but also he's just knows how to use a weapon. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my first one.
I like that a lot. Okay, my first one is one of my brothers.
Nice.
One of my brothers, his name's Taylor. He is how do I say it the right way? He's very much into weapons and how they work and why they work and how to mess up some zombies. Like I know for a fact that he has a plan for this. So I would just default to him. It's like, what's the best way to bust this zombie up right now? And he would definitely know the answer to that question. So I would use him, and he's very creative and very
like a prepper.
Yeah, I would say to an extent. Yeah. I think he'd be good to have. He'd have the good hideout spots and stuff.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Dang, I like it.
Yeah.
Someone with like a bunker would be really cool. You know, an already established bunker.
That'd be huge.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna have a bunker one day.
You think so?
Pretty sure.
I'm like, this is kind of like, I don't know, somewhat not related to this, but like right now, like I am just not a prepper at all. I don't know how you are, but like everything I buy is like super perishable, like food wise, is like just go straight into the fridge and like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm extremely not a prepper.
Yeah. So I don't know.
As unprepper as I can be. The only prepper thing that I do is I buy gold. That's the only prepper thing I do. But it's not for that reason.
Right.
It's not. Yeah.
It's not for a zombie apocalypse.
That's something preppers will do.
That's true. All right, you ready for my second one?
I am ready.
I might change this person. I don't know why, but for some reason this person's name was in my head. But Gordon Ramsay.
Just to get the good cooking. I mean,
that was like one aspect of it, and I was but so like the first thing that
he would
popped
just
in my
yell
head
at the
was,
zombies and make them feel bad about whatever they just made.
well, okay. The reason that I think I'm going to change my answer, because I'm certain somebody else's name is going to pop into my head, was the first I was thinking like some kind of medic, somebody who has medical experience. I don't know why Gordon Ramsay popped into my head. But Gordon Ramsay is, I don't know. I mean, he's a cook and he's an aggressive person. So I feel like that would be helpful in those situations.
He's definitely an aggressive person. He might cook you up some zombie meat the right way.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
a pretty random.
It is a very random one. I think
pick.
I'm going to change that one. But yeah, that's my second one.
I got a good second one. Hafthor Bjorgensen is my second.
Oh
one.
My God.
You know who that is?
Yeah, he's like
I think
world's strongest
two
man.
or three times world's strongest man.
Yeah.
Yep. He's extremely beastly. He could handle himself in unique strength situations, and he's a massive human being. Don't quote me on any of these dimensions, but I believe he's around 6'7", close to 400.
Oh my God.
So
large
just
man.
just that dude by himself is just that's an asset.
He's the tank.
So literally, like, he's the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's true.
He plays the mountain. So yeah, complete animal, strong, gritty, can handle himself in tough situations, and can make it happen.
I feel like that's definitely a necessity. I don't know if this is how you're thinking of it, but I'm thinking of it in terms of like classes in a video game, almost like I need somebody who's like
a sharpshooter.
Yeah, exactly.
Hangs back and picks them off. Slowly.
Yeah, and somebody who's an aggressive cook. You know, like in every zombie video game. You need like the engineer, the scientist, and that leads into my third one, which is Elon Musk.
No way. I
even
thought about Elon Musk, but then I thought he hinges so much on other people doing things that I'm not sure how good he would be by himself.
That is a good point. Maybe like a young Elon Musk, like a young like back when he was in like the grit, you know, working on the floor. Yeah, I don't know. I just think he's like a super smart dude. I feel like he'd see things that I definitely wouldn't see, and like just most people wouldn't see, as far as like strategy. And also he just knows his way around, you know, coding, engineering, technology, that he could build whatever it is that we would need to build in any particular situation. So Elon Musk.
Or depending on the year, he could just take you to space.
That's true.
He could just
that's
fly
a good
you
point.
to space.
Yeah. If the zombie apocalypse happens where it's like, well, we have an out. You can get out of here.
A rocket ship right here. Let's hit it, boys. You and Gordon Ramsay and what's his name?
Steve Rinella.
Steve Rinella, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a good fun time.
That would be a fun time. I think so.
You guys just living on Mars.
Would be. Would you do Mars? Would you live in Mars? Just like in this real? No. Yeah, me neither.
No.
No. Maybe in the zombie infested world, but not in real life.
No. Zombie infested world, maybe. Yeah.
Word. All right. Who's your third?
My third is gonna have to be, just because I think he's a badass and he's a doctor, Dr. Peter Attia.
Oh, that's a good answer. I like that.
Because he's like a high endurance athlete, or I should say long endurance athlete. So like, I know he can make it happen for the long haul, and he's not gonna like get super tired and quit, because he has the stamina. And the way he thinks about things is like very much reverse engineering it. So he's thinking about, like, what's the outcome of this thing going to be, probably, and then let me work backwards to make sure I optimize this. So I feel like he would be the strategist of the group, and he's a doctor, like a medical doctor. So if anyone gets their leg eaten by a zombie, he would at least be able to assist.
Yeah.
In some type of way. Yeah.
That's a good one, because I could not come up with like a I don't know, like a doctor for some reason, just in my head, like somebody who's famous who's a doctor. So I feel like that's a definitely
Dr. Phil, dude.
Dr. Phil, bro. Yeah, dude, he could definitely help if
open
I cut off
the
my
door,
leg.
or I'm gonna
throw rocks through your window. Oh my god.
So he would say to the zombies.
Always for- dude, I always forget about Dr. Phil, dude.
Me too. He's not a medical doctor, but
No,
yeah.
he's
Anyway,
Mr. Phil.
I think he's a doctor. He's just not. He's not a medical doctor.
Right.
Anyway.
But yeah, so that's like that was my first question relating to what is your zombie apocalypse plan. My second question was like, if you had to, and you kind of mentioned this about like your brother and the fact that he would know all like the good spots, but like if you had to like be cornered in a spot or like strategically like choose to barricade yourself in like a physical location, where would that location be? Like a store or like
Oh,
a
I gotta
gun
think.
shop, a Walmart, a grocery store, stuff like that.
These are good questions. Do you have an answer?
I mean, I mentioned the gun shop and the Walmart because those are like my top two. I can't. It's like those are very.
There's a lot of ways in though.
That's the problem, right? It's not a bunker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a bunker.
I think the thing that I like about a Walmart is that it's so big and it's so versatile. There's so much. There's like blunt objects that you can use as weapons. There's a pharmacy with, quick medications.
I mean, not for long. Like, how long is this gonna last?
I mean,
Medications don't last forever.
That's also a good point.
I don't think I would be in a supermarket of any kind. There's
Okay.
too many ways in, too many ways out. I wouldn't like. We have to sleep at some point, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want there to be more than 3 ways for some zombies to get in.
Yeah.
Because then it's one person sleeping at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, this is such a hard answer. I don't want to just say bunker, but I mean that's what I'm thinking. That's a cheap answer out though.
Yeah, I mean the only problem with like a bunker is like there's a lot of assumptions with that, right? Like the assumption has to be like that bunker is filled with supplies or something like that. And that's typically where I was going with like the Walmart choice or the gun range choice. It's just like you got supplies left, right, and center. But the problem with the gun store is like you just got guns. You don't got food.
I just think the food wouldn't last that long. I don't think the food would last that long.
It's probably true.
And all like the Walmarts would all be emptied so fast if this actually happened. Like people would just go to Walmart and they would just buy all the non-perishables so fast.
That's true. Like all the beans and stuff.
It'd all be gone. Everything's
Rice.
gone.
Yeah.
Everything's gone. Guaranteed.
That's a good point.
Man.
Mars. It's my next choice.
Just like a cave somewhere. As long as I had hunters and fire and ways to eat food. I think a cave.
Oh, I like that. So you're getting away from civilization as much as possible.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, that might be the best option, just because
I think that's the best option.
Most of the people are going to be near,
and that's how you make more
stores.
Zombies.
Right. So
I think a cave somewhere that has like one entrance.
It's a good answer. I like that.
Like a bunch of zombies could get bottlenecked at the entrance, but like if there's not that much civilization, then it'd probably be a pretty rare occurrence to see these zombies.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you could find like a little well, I mean, the cave is probably the better choice for this. I was gonna say like a cabin in the middle of the woods or something that's like far enough away from civilization, but with some kind of homey aspect to it.
That'd be great.
But you would need one person to be awake at all times still. I mean, I think that's going to be the case regardless though, right? If you're in a
probably,
cave.
But I just wouldn't want multiple ways in.
Yeah.
If we're having to take shift sleeping, which you would, then I don't want like more. I definitely don't want more than 3 ways in to wherever I'm going.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You know what's good though?
What's that? There's
a 0% chance this is going to happen, but
but
if it did, man, we got it unlocked.
That's right. That's right. Side question. Do you have a favorite like zombie movie?
Is I Am Legend, ironically with Will Smith, is that is that a zombie movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Then that one. I
That's a
Am
good one.
Legend.
Did you see the movie? Have you seen the movie Zombieland?
I think so. It's like kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a funny one.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've seen it a long time ago. It's pretty old, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think they came out with like a second one somewhat recently.
Mm.
But
Is that
the
your
first
favorite?
one is pretty old. It's a good one. I don't know if it's my favorite, but because I'm blanking on other names, I think that one's at the top.
Nice.
But it's definitely one of the more enjoyable ones, in my opinion. But yeah, off the top of your head, do you have any other like zombie apocalypse plan related questions?
What would be your weapon of choice if you had to just
Ooh.
no? What would you wield most often?
What would I wield most often? You have an answer?
I think it would be an AK-47.
AK-47.
As a beast of a gun, it's a classic. It seems relatively easy to carry around all the time.
Yeah, it's like light,
So
but like
yeah,
has enough ammunition in it.
yeah, it's got them like banana clip looking things. Yeah, that'd be great.
Probably the ray
Or
gun. No. You
the
ever
ray
play
gun.
the Call of Duty
Of
Zombies?
course, of
Oh man,
course.
those
It's
were always the
great.
best.
Those are awesome.
An AK-47. Dang, that's a good one. Probably like an M16 or something like that would be my choice as well.
Like with the burst fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Just point and blast one
Yeah.
time.
If you had to have a secondary like melee, like hand-to-hand combat type weapon, what would it be?
Does it count to have a bayonet on the AK-47?
Sure.
I don't think that's my answer. Now that I think of it, I think bayonets are probably like pretty trash melee weapons.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a last resort, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I feel like if you're into the situation where you're gonna have to use a bayonet, there's like a less than 50% chance you live. So
That's pretty
I
true.
don't want that to be my second choice. Let's say not like a, I don't know, maybe like a hammer.
A hammer, interesting.
Dude, something with like a really heavy end that you could just smash something with. So it would definitely knock somebody out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
Definitely.
that's fair.
I wouldn't want anything with like spikes because then like that's always the thought, but then like spikes might get stuck. And then you have to like yank it back. I just want to like wow with a hammer.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. My original thought was, I don't know if you've watched the show Walking Dead, but there's a character on it that carries a katana with her. And I always thought that was super sick.
Just slice zombies in half.
Yeah, pretty much. But
I watched the Mythbusters recently where that is not a thing.
Oh, really?
The sword, you can't move it fast.
Well, there goes me. I guess I'm not surviving the zombie apocalypse.
I'm just ruining your whole day here. It was just interesting. I watched it and it was like, it was something about like the clean cut of the head off in movies, and then it just like stays there and then like slides off.
I think I know what you're talking about.
They did like this Mythbusters where they got the sharpest blade, and then they set up this machine that goes, wow.
Yeah.
It was a terrifying machine. And they like simulated like flesh and bone with these two little things, and it could not cut through the bone. They're like, you know, this person would be paralyzed forever, but they wouldn't be dead.
No, that makes sense.
Oh no, they would be dead, but it wouldn't have cut their head clean off.
Makes sense. In that case, probably like if not something like sharp, then probably something like a bat. Like I feel like a bat would. It's got a little bit of length to it.
That's a good point.
The only problem,
the hammer's pretty short range.
That's the only thing I would have with the hammer, right? Is it's like, you know, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and if you miss that close range, you're done for.
Yeah, pretty much. But like if you had like maybe like a pickaxe or something like that, that's like, I mean, that'd be like
Minecraft,
pretty heavy,
bro.
but like a hammer, but like super long, you know?
Yeah. Like a sledgehammer.
Like yeah, like a sledgehammer. That would be good.
That's a two-hander though. I want to be able to just whip this thing out and whop them.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. A bat for one hand would probably do me. Maybe a metal bat.
Heck yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's our zombie apocalypse plan, I guess.
Nice, dude. Yeah. If you're sad that we didn't pick you and you're watching, sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought about
But
that
you'll
at
be okay.
first when I was thinking about this hypothetical earlier today. I was like, what if we like chose 3 like people that we know? And I was like, I mean, it'd probably be more interesting if we chose just like people in the world.
Yeah. One of them was people I know.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to my brothers that I didn't. To the brothers, friends, and family members I did not choose as a part of my team. I'm sorry. I'm sure you'll make it out there. But Steve Ranella is a killer, bro.
I'm sure you'll make it.
I'm sure you'll make it out there.
Dang.
But yeah, sweet. Should we wrap it up?
That's hilarious. Yes, we should. It's been your best friends. It's Austin.
And it's Sean.
Oh, I said and for you.
And
Do you want me to say and for you or no?
I don't know. We'll
All
figure
right.
it out one of these days. You can say and.
Or not, and we'll just keep doing that.
Yeah, that's fine. It's organic. It's okay.
It is organic. No editing up in here.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna pass this on to you pretty much right when we're done recording.
Yes. We're gonna have a Jamie soon though. If anyone knows the Joe Rogan podcast, he has a producer named Jamie, and he's always saying, Jamie pulled that shit up. Yep. Anyway, he does all the audio and video,
the producing,
he's a beast,
and all that,
all the important stuff.
Yeah, we got somebody who's gonna be taking care of that for us, so that's super sick. Thank you to that person.
Very, very soon. Very soon.
But yeah, like Austin said, it's been your best friends. As mentioned earlier, check us out on Spotify, check us out on YouTube, like, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And
the whole gamut. Share with your best friends.
Share with your best friends. That's right. Show your friends that they're your best friends by sending them the Your Best Friends podcast. There's a lot of your best friends.
What were you gonna say? You were gonna say, and remember
that the Earth is flat. All right.
Oh, yeah, the Earth is flat. Let's not forget that the Earth is flat. And let's wrap it up. Have a good night.
Well, thank you. Take it easy.